Good morning, guys. It is Sunday and it's raining really, really, really heavily. I think my camera's just, oh, there we go. I think it's happier now. God, what is my hair? It frizzes when it rains. Anyway, I was going to show you this room. Look at the difference. I am no longer sleeping in here. Isn't that a miracle upon miracles? I know. Basically, this is kind of what it looks like now, but all the kitchen stuff is coming up here. We're getting ready for them to dig the floors up, basically. So that's that room. It will look far more full at the end of the day. And then I've kind of moved into here, little purple room. So I bagged all my clothes up in like an actual semblance of an order. I mean, it won't last, but yeah. Cats are in here with me. That's Mapes. I've kind of got a system, sort of. Not really. The thing is, this room needs to be empty as well, but we've kind of just said to the guy that there's nowhere for me to put my stuff, so when he comes in to do the pipes, he's going to fling all my stuff onto the bed and be done with it, basically, because yeah. And the other room we've got, this one. This is the boys' room, I suppose. That window is permanently broken. It's got something stuck in the mechanism, so it won't close properly anymore. Kind of annoying. What can you do? So there's that. Yeah, so everything happens tomorrow. So today we are working on the kitchen. If I get down nightmare stairs. I think my mum's having a go at emptying that out because that's got to be empty for the pump. Although we're also talking about putting the pump outside, so I'm just like, I don't know anymore. That is a lot of rain. Okay. Yeah, so this is the room we're clearing. This wonderful, wonderful kitchen. So half the stuff that's in here is going to go upstairs for where we're essentially going to cook for the next couple of weeks. And then everything else in the kitchen that we're not using is going in here. The finally emptied out conservatory. I know, wow, right. But all these bags are going to follow me upstairs because they're like tinned food and stuff, and I can survive off tinned food, you know, for a while. So that's kind of the plan. So yeah, the exciting stuff starts tomorrow. On a side note, the plasterer never turned up, so hey ho, we're going to look for another plasterer. But I don't really care about that because it's not high priority compared to everything else that needs doing. Right, I'm going to breakfast and then the excitement starts. One painstaking day later, this is now a kitchen. A full kitchen upstairs. We're literally just missing like a mini fridge or something, which I'm desperately trying to convince my mother to buy because I don't want to go downstairs every hour to get milk for tea that I know I have every hour. Especially when said downstairs is not actually available, which means I will have to go outside and there's a thunderstorm due for the next week. So I may or may not be a little bit desperate for that. Anyway, we're looking at a camping fridge because, you know, camping fridges, you know, it's on wheels. I can lift it. Big improvement. It's only got to do milk and the odd bit of meat. So I'm kind of hoping we can grab like 3 days worth of food instead of having to go down every day. Especially while they're going to have the jackhammers on and everything. Our other option is to go out for food. We do have National Trust tickets, so we could disappear technically, but we don't want to disappear and then have something go wrong and then it'd be like, well, you're not here. So, playing it by ear at the moment. But yes, this is the setup. I am going to have to cook on 2 hobs again with an air fryer and the microwave and the rice cooker. And no table space except for this tiny little itty bitty bit here. Sure. and then the infamous, kettle and toaster, which is a requirement, and then kind of breakfast is under there. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. I don't know whether we're going to survive this or not. I mean, I haven't been camping since I was like 8, 9, something like that. The infamous camping trip where we were camped next to the river, and then the river rose and we started floating away. I think that was actually our last camping trip. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. In a way, it was just so miserable that we were just like, never again. So yeah, this is reminiscent. But it's also going to give us a good idea of like, if we are doing holiday lets, we're going to need a second kitchen for the holiday let. This is kind of an indication of how much space we need and how much like how many tables, how many like shelving systems and stuff. So it's actually not too bad. And this room is the length of the room that we were allocating for a second kitchen downstairs. So yeah, it's like, it'll work. I can see it working. So that's good news. Okay, I'm going to leave this here. We're in for a really early night tonight because the work starts tomorrow. I'm actually really, really excited. But on the other hand, they said they're just doing prep work tomorrow, so I don't know what that means. Hopefully it means recording material. One can hope, right? Yay. Hello, it's Monday. Okay, so the company that was supposed to be coming in today to start the floors and everything, apparently got an emergency job or emergency call out. So yeah, they're not coming till Wednesday now. On the plus side, they've promised us that they'll be working over the weekend to make up for the lack of work. So yeah, I'll hold off on my judgment December. This is just living in Wales at the moment. My mum is naturally gutted because she didn't get any sleep because she got so excited about this. I haven't allowed myself to. We did our first meal up here today. I quickly realised I will have to cook with my door shut, otherwise I set the fire alarm off. Yay! And my very large window has to be open. Sounds window. Other than that, it went really well. And we cooked with fish as well, which I was extremely worried about because, it's fish. But yeah, I've got a really good airflow in this room and it now doesn't smell like fish. So winning. So instead of what we should have been doing today, my mother is now building a base for the shed. Basically, this greenhouse has been turning up for the past month. We finally got another message from B&Q, and they basically said, oh, we're waiting on you to tell us when the base is being built. So yeah, apparently we should have built a base. Anyway, so that's what she's doing. We've ordered in some concrete, which is going to arrive next couple of weeks or so. But we are relying on the underfloor heating company coming first because they promised to move the tiles at the front, and we can't get a concrete truck down our drive with those tiles in the way. Like, there's no way. He could lean over from the bridge, but he really doesn't want to, and I kind of understand that because again the truck would block the bridge. But we've done this song and dance already with the concrete truck, so we're just dealing with a slightly different company this time. But is what it is. Yeah, other than that, nothing exciting's really happening. We're kind of, well, it's the waiting game, isn't it? It's the whole waiting thing. So something a bit more generic, I suppose, something I'm actually looking forward to. I saw the trailer for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness today. I'm very, very, very excited about that. Just based on visuals alone. I really like the creepier Marvel things that they dip into. My only thing against it right now is it's got Wanda in it, and I'm not a Wanda fan. Sorry for all the Wanda fangirls. The thing is, though, I actually like Wanda from the comics. I really do like her character in the comics. I just don't like what the MCU did with her. Yeah, I don't like her character arc, and I didn't like WandaVision either. It kind of just doubled down on the whole
her magic is bad kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even think she got a redemption arc in my head. Like, I just don't think she's had one. And she kind of needs one. We kind of went from mind control is an absolute no grey area, terrible, terrible thing to do, condemn Loki, to, oh, mind control can be forgiven because she helped the Avengers once after Ultron. Oh, and she lost her brother. Pity party. Do you see what I mean? Like, yeah, I was kind of expecting a bit more of a redemption arc than that. I don't know. Maybe they'll do that in Doctor Strange. Maybe we'll get, I don't know, some remorse or just something from her that's a bit more than a cookie cutter. Was a villain, now's a hero. Because at the moment, I mean, to be frankly honest, she strikes me more as an anti-hero at the moment. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't like her. But it might endear me to her. I don't know. You know, we need more backstory. We need more like emotion from Wanda. Or maybe they are planning on going full villain with her. I don't know. I could see that. I could totally see that. If they play it at that angle, that kind of leans into the whole she actually hasn't had a redemption arc thing, because she hasn't. So, yeah. Anyway, I could ramble on about Marvel for absolute ages. I was a bit worried about Phase 2 because I'm a very big Iron Man fan, and I was gutted with the end of Endgame. But I kind of saw it coming as well, because we kind of knew that Robert was kind of done with the role. And there's only one way that can end, really, especially when they want to continue on. But I'm glad they're opening up the multiverse thing, so we're going to get a lot more characters. I still have not seen Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, that was about it. Just like, there is no real like proper cinema here in Wales, so it's one of those really, really tiny ones, and it gets films like months and months and months after they come out. So I'm just gonna have to wait for it to be released on DVD, and it's gonna take so long. So long, unless it comes out on like Netflix or Disney Plus. Yeah. Anyway, I said I could go on that for like absolute ages, but I am really, really excited for Doctor Strange, and it might just be one of those things where I kind of push my mum to do the 2.5 hour drive to one of the bigger theatres so we can go see it. But I'd have to push for that though, because it is apparently it's going to be much darker than Marvel's usual material, and my mum doesn't quite enjoy the dark stuff the same way I do. She likes the whole romantic subplot thing. Like, she really enjoyed WandaVision and I didn't. Yeah. Okay, we're just on this train, because I'm just also going to say I didn't like Black Widow either. I know it was more of a character study, and I get that, but I just didn't. I don't know, I just didn't connect with it. Like, there's a lot you could have done with Black Widow. But then again, I also don't think she should have, like, been the sacrifice in Endgame either. You know, I thought it made much more sense for Clint to be the sacrifice. But, anyway, I just have a total different outlook. And I will also, like, my opinions are just based on the film version of the MCU. My opinions of the comic book characters are totally different, because they are totally different. Like, they're totally different characters. I don't like the film version of Captain America. I would say from Age of Ultron onwards, I just didn't. The whole Accords thing and that side of it. I said I am Team Iron Man on that. But I know that the Accords discussion in the comics was vastly different than that, and it was a lot more even on the for and against. The films just kind of they basically made Steve like an absolute arse. Like, the whole the best hands are our own. It's like, I'm sorry, what are you? A new Hitler? I mean, really? Having said that, I did like the portrayal of the Winter Soldier. So, but yeah, it's just, yeah, for a TV series that went like so ham on the whole brainwashing mind control angle, because that was literally every large film of the Avengers was mind control at the base. I was like, where's the payoff for that? Like, where's the lessons learned and moved on from? But nothing quite linked there. But anyway, for all my faults with phase one, I did really enjoy it. I loved every single film, some more than others. But yeah, the fact that I still talk about it, like, I really, really liked it. So, but phase two, I'm like, the Eternals. I mean, what was that? What was that, Marvel? What was that? It was just boring. It was like, I just couldn't sit through it. I think I zoned out so many times for just during conversations, and their reasoning for like getting involved and not getting involved. It's like, how does that tie into like Thanos and everything else? I just couldn't. And then I literally had to go and look up some of the comic books to work out who the Eternals were actually supposed to be and what the point of them was. I'm like, okay, I sort of get it now. Like, I sort of get it. But the fact that I had to go to the comics to understand was a bit much, I think. And like, my mum and everyone else who's watched it was 50-50 on it as well. Like, it's an interesting angle to take, but with all of them being such bland characters, like, I get that they have to be, like, that's the point. Like, they're not human at all, and they're centuries old and whatever, and they just don't see things that way. But it's like, if you have a whole cast like that, you've got nothing to play off of. Like, I mean, hell, I would have just thrown, I don't know, I would have thrown Deadpool at them just for something, to have a bit of bounce to it. Like, bloody hell. So that was a complete bust for me. But Shang-Chi, I really enjoyed that. Like, that was fast-paced action and everything that I wish the Black Widow movie had been, to be frankly honest. That's what I wanted a Black Widow movie to be, and that's not what we got. So I get the whole introspection thing, and I don't know if they're doing it because DC did the whole Joker movie as a serious character study kind of thing, and they did it really well. But the thing is, we've had so many iterations of the Joker that that's all this was. It wasn't a continuation of a larger story. It was a different way of viewing a character we've all seen multiple times before. A bit like the way they reboot the Fantastic Four every so often and they just keep getting it wrong. Or, every time they reboot Spider-Man, and some we enjoy and some we really, really question the choices of. So it's, yeah, I'm so up and down about phase two at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to see more from the X-Men, because I liked the new reboot of the X-Men until the whole Egypt one. That one, I can't even remember what it was called. It was so boring. Until that one. The other ones before that I actually thought were pretty cool. Yeah. But I am a big X-Men fan. As I said, I used to be waiting up for for the Gambit movie, which I now think is honestly just never going to happen, because it's, apparently not enough people are interested in a movie about Gambit. Don't know why. I mean, any of us who watched the original cartoons loved Gambit. But yeah, I shouldn't say that, should I? Because was it a British cartoon? Did anyone else outside of the UK see that X-Men series? Americans must have. It must have been in America as well. It must have been. I'm sure it was. But like, that cartoon series just set up my groundwork for who the X-Men are. Like, Storm will always be like dark-skinned, gorgeous white hair, and that really tight white bodysuit with like the wings. And I'm just like, yes, that is Storm. Bang. Badass. That's her. Rogue will always be that fiery redhead with green and yellow jumpsuit who, you know, can steal people's powers away and fly. Like, they removed her ability to fly. Why? that is her ability. That was what made, well, part of what made her really, really cool. They made her so, like, so I don't know, I think it was debilitating to have her rely on, like, Logan so much in the X-Men films. I don't know why they did that, because she's not a Logan groupie. Like, she's supposed to be close to his age. No, not his age, but she, you know, she's supposed to be an adult, basically. I keep forgetting Logan's way older than he should be. But yeah, she was always depicted beside Gambit. So whenever I see Rogue and Gambit. That's the thing with them. I mean, the only film they ever put Gambit in was that one vague, really bad Wolverine movie that had Deadpool in it, except they sewed his mouth shut. I'm like, what are you doing? So yeah, they desperately need to remake that film. But I know there's the whole buying the rights thing. This is why I shouldn't talk about Marvel. I've now gone on a tangent, and this is not what this video should have been. Basically, I have nothing to say about the actual work that's going on in this house, because we're waiting now till Wednesday. So, you know, it's just a ball of frustration. But on the other hand, it's like, well, you know, it's Wales. I've come to expect it. So yes, looking forward to some films. Very happy that they are coming out, but I know I'm going to have to wait until they come out on DVD for most of them, which is just a sad point of contention. And I will, like, stew unhappily about the fact that there will never be a Gambit movie. Oh my god. Yeah, what a pointless conversation this was. Ugh. I will see you guys next week, and I swear, some of the work has to have been done by next week. Or I may as well, like, self-combust.